Hello and welcome. This is Grant Hughes of Grant Hughes Investigates on YouTube. This channel evaluates all aspects of true crime. As you are aware, videos and live streams in this genre often discuss elements of crime that may be disturbing to some viewers. If necessary, take the precautions needed to avoid these feelings. Factual information related to cases is the key to fostering rational true crime discussions. Fortunately, you will find that here. Please hit the like button only once, share the video, and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you very much for watching.
Huh? It's a house!
Alright, look at you guys, I don't have my hat on. You don't even know who this person is, right? I don't have a hat on. Who is this guy? Alright. Also have the, let's see. Alright, I've got the, one of the dogs pooped on the thing, so we'll clean it up there. But I got blues up in the upper left-hand corner with the Carolina Tees picture, and then we've got Chloe, Gracie, Buddy, and Clancy down at the bottom, who might appear in there from time to time. Yeah, so there you go. I don't think it's a serial killer in Columbus. What the hell is this? I've not worn my hat before, you guys. It's not like that. It's not very often, but I haven't. So I guess there's another press conference coming up here in a few minutes, right? Yeah, the abundant life. I think it's that one, right? Yeah. Forgot to put a pin in there earlier. You guys can't see it, but Abundant Life Christian School. Everybody's all shocked about K through 12. That's so common, especially when it's like a private school and kind of small. You know, they obviously have different sections and so forth. You're not sitting in class with a 7-year-old. You know, when you're 18. Yeah, well, the thing is they gave out the address. It was in an article. Well, you could see the house. They didn't give out the address. They put the house. It was 1313, and then I got the address, and then I looked it up, and then it came to a certain individual's name, and that person only has a daughter, right? So I didn't know what to make of it at the time, but then other people were saying that the shooter was a girl, so I guess it's possible that the shooter's a girl. And in the pictures of the girl, she's shooting guns, and so she's somebody that can shoot. Hey, thanks Amber Maiden and Wendy Woobles. Look at that, we got 2 out of 30 already. I don't think we'll get to 30, but thank you guys, appreciate it. Well, it's not really a new look, it's just what I'm doing today. I forgot I didn't have it, and I gotta screw it. I don't have my hat. Yeah, so there was a press conference earlier, and they talked about, I guess there's 2 people in critical condition, and there are 2 people, a teacher and a student, that were killed, and then the shooter, who apparently was a student also. It'd be really strange. I mean, you don't see girl shooters too much. I mean, if you know, we don't know if she was transgender or something like that, and maybe took it out on the school, kind of like that other girl last year. Remember that? She brought in the AK, or not the AK-47. It was like an AR-15 style. Well, thanks, Marcella. I don't know. I don't look at myself like that. I'm too old. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, so here's the this 1313 Delaware Boulevard is where they were searching. Okay, and then that led to an individual who has a daughter. And let's see. Here's the photograph. Right? So I can't tell you for certain if this is the shooter or not, but that's her right there. You know, shooting a shotgun at pigeons. You know, not actual pigeons, but that's clay pigeons. All right, so there you go. So somebody who's proficient with guns, and apparently maybe at the next press conference that they're having, it should be on Facebook or something. If you guys see it out there, let me know. But it's coming up in 21 minutes. Wow, look at that. Herbert Landscaping. For all your landscaping needs in upstate New York. Gifted 5 memberships to Eden Fox, Alicia Nelson, Jane Smith 007, Matt Jen's mom, Jason Bernardino. And let's see. There's a couple other things in here. Here's another possible picture of that person. Don't know. Yeah, that's just what's going out there. That is that same person. I just don't know if that's the shooter or not. And her first name, you know, people are calling her, you know, it could be somebody by the name of Samantha, or this is what Zozo was saying, because there was a different name too. But Natalie might be her actual name, something like that. So I guess we'll see. Yeah, there's like a Natalie. Could be Natalie, or I was just looking at the notes. So it's, people are spreading the name Samantha around. Their last name starts with an R, but that's pretty unusual, you gotta admit. Like, if she's just a totally normal, you know, like, not transgender, what are you saying, Gray? That you're not normal if you're... Well, no, well, yeah, I am saying that, okay? So the thing is, you know, that would be odd to have a woman or a girl school shooter that doesn't have some sort of identity issue. That would be strange. As a matter of fact, I don't think I've ever even seen one before. Have you? Yeah, I mean, some people are like, you know, like tomboys, right? They still consider themselves girls. They just like doing stuff that guys do, like fishing and, you know. Right, that's what I just said. Her middle name's Samantha? Okay. Why are you getting the middle name? Where are you getting that? Because I don't have her middle name from anywhere, because she's too young to be on Ben Verified. I don't know. Some girls just like... I mean, I think the stuff that guys do is fun. Yeah. I think that's why a lot of women like to do guy stuff, like fishing and hunting and things like that, because it's actually sort of fun doing those things. You know? Right. Hey, thanks, CR. So anyways, today it looks at, I guess that's really all there is in terms of information. We're just kind of waiting for this next press conference. I think it'll have extra stuff. Right here at this Abundant Life Christian school, there's only like 400 and something people that go to school there. And then, the shooter shot a teacher, a student, 2 other people for sure were shot. They're in critical condition. And then other people have been released, were injured but released. So sounds like there's more than just and it's interesting too, because then the person took their own life after that. That's also unusual for a female to do something like that. Like start shooting and and then just take your own life. It's pretty weird. I mean, so you wonder, I wonder if there's some sort of a relationship issue there. Yeah, I've got that. Maberlin. Yeah. We weren't talking about that right now. I don't know if you noticed that, but let's see. And they're the same names we had yesterday. Anyways. That's a dude? Are you sure about that? Okay. Well, I'm just wondering. Because if we were talking about something else, it's like you're just trying to interrupt the show with some other information that I already have. Let's see. Yeah, that's what people are. Yeah, it starts with an R. Yep. That's the name. The girl must have been messed up pretty bad to take your own life. Yeah. Well, maybe maybe the person that was killed is a guy, and that's a guy that she liked, and then after she killed him, she didn't want to be alive anymore. Something like that. What do you think? I don't think it's some bigger plot, If that skeet shooting range is social media, maybe she competed club competitions. I don't know. And so what? If she did or not, I don't know. What does that matter? Yeah, I didn't really want the name put in the chat. I know what the name is. You're not helping out by putting it in there. I didn't want people to know. That's why I said the last name starts with an R. I don't know if you noticed that either. Not sure. What's going on in just Fuqua? Well, there was a school shooting earlier today. I don't know how you missed that. But does anybody have a good link maybe to where the press conference is? Hands never lie. But hey guys, look at that. We're starting out the show. We started off okay, but now we're dead as a doornail. So if you're out there and you can help support the channel, try to get us to our goal tonight. We missed it yesterday and the day before. So if you can help support the channel, that'd be great. We have a goal at the top of the screen there. And then also, you can do the buy me a coffee up in the upper left, scan that in. Let's see. Hook us up with a whistle. That one, or I don't know which whistle you're talking about. Yeah, I always had hair. I couldn't show you my hair for a couple months because I had to put Rogaine on there and try to grow something. You guys are crazy people. I haven't worn my hat on other shows. Okay. Hey, thanks, CR. Very cool. Let's see, 27 minutes ago. Let's see what this one says. So this one is what we know so far. 3 people are dead after a shooting at Abundant Life Christian school, a Madison, Wisconsin campus for K through 12. A teacher and teenage student were killed, police said. Officials said the shooter was a teen who attended the school. The student's age and gender have not been released. I mean, it's interesting that they're even putting the word gender in there, because that means that they sort of know something, right? Because you would just assume it was a guy. You know, normally they would just say, hey, the student's age has not been released. 6 other people were injured. 2 students are in critical condition. So it could be one of the people in critical condition is the target she had. Although maybe they're all targets. Perhaps they, teased her or something like that. Who knows? Let's see. No one is going to want to pay the money to fund that, but something needs to change. Huh? Well, I think what it needs is you need to have the metal detectors and you need to have one security guard there that's armed. That's it. That's it. I don't think that's very expensive. I mean, you pay some of these teachers can't do. They're horrible, right? So, let's just go ahead and get a security guard. I'm sure they can find the money. Yeah, it shouldn't have to be that way, but it is that way, so, Now we have a country where we're allowed to have guns, and I think that's good. It's a good thing. If you're from Europe or Australia, you don't think it's a good thing because, or some other European or whatever country it is, you're probably gonna not think it's good to have guns. But we have them for specific reasons. Yeah, right. Well, parents shouldn't. Why not have a metal detector at the school? That seems like an easiest thing to do. Like, you can't get in, you have a security guard there, a metal detector, and you can't get in. Hold on a second. Also, their shots are good for 3 years. Tell you they don't honor that. Let's see. This is about the dogs. Here, I gotta forward something. Sorry, guys. All right. Misunderstood what Gray was saying, and to jump to name call. I don't even know what people are talking about. Is shooter a girl? You're disgust. Why is it disgusting to say is shooter a girl? You're an idiot, David. Hey everybody, it's disgusting because I said is shooter a girl. You're disgusting. Yes, she's a girl. There's pictures of her as a little girl on her father's page. You disturbed man, all your followers. What does that even mean, man? You sound like a psychopath. Like, what does that even mean? You're crazy. Can anybody understand that at all? I don't even know how you responded to that one, Amber, because it doesn't even make sense. It's like that's something that a mentally ill person would type in. Because I said, is shooter a girl? And you're disgusting. Yes, she's a girl. What? I don't know if the shooter's a girl or not. Oh, you mean you thought I was saying, is she a girl? Because we see pictures. We're just not sure yet. You're a dumb ass. You know that? You're a dumb person. If that's the interpretation you got from that, then your brain isn't working correctly. You're a malfunctioned human being. All right? What an idiot. God. Yeah, you're the disturbed person, man. What a fool. Yeah. Embarrassing. Why do I keep getting messages? Oh. Okay, hold on a second. I gotta go do something. So I'll be back in a minute. Ah, man. Yeah, because the vet said that the other dogs didn't have their distemper shot. And then the lady that we got them from said, no, they did. And she wanted to be called, but I can't call because I'm doing the show. So I had to have my wife call. There you go. At least who's honest? What are you talking about? Hey, thanks, Michelle H. And Alley Cake up there. Yeah, well, hey, Noah, de facto, why don't you just get the hell out of here yourself? You know, we got so many. Every time I do a show now, it's just rude city. That's it. Every single person that shows up that's not been here before is an absolute asshole. You know, I don't know what the deal is. It's unbelievable. Makes me so disinterested in doing shows. Let's see, a teacher and a teenage student were killed. Police said. Officials said the shooter was a teen who attended the school. 6 other people were injured. 2 students are in critical condition. And a teacher as well as 3 other students had non-life-threatening injuries. Let's see. I mean, it's weird. There isn't really like these huge stories on it.
Student and 6 injured.
And 2 of those injuries critical. 12 News is live in a neighborhood about 8 miles north of the school where investigators are at a house right now. 12 News' Blake Easton is there live right now. And Blake, what do you see out at that house?
Kirsten, Deanna, good to be with you here. Yeah, about 8 miles north of where that school is. And I want to first start by saying we're not sure if this is connected to the school shooting. We're obviously working to get those details right now. But first thing you see here when you arrive on Delaware Boulevard, I want to show you a house right here. You can see caution tape. Several unmarked cars are surrounding this home right here. But
right. And see that you can see 1313. And then they said what road it was on. So then I looked that up, and it's a guy who has a daughter, you know.
The first thing we...
And that sort of matched what people were saying.
Obviously noticed when we arrived here was the door is completely gone off of this home. And so we've been watching authorities continue to remove items from the home.
All right, hold on.
Again, not sure if this is connected to what unfolded about 8 miles south of...
Well, here we go. Here's proof right here. A tragic shooting occurred, and it says, well, just go down here. According to the Associated Press, the shooter, identified as a 17-year-old female student, was found dead inside the school. So there you go. So that absolutely likely is going to be that person. All right? And that's so unusual, you got to admit. Hey, thanks, Tim Bray. Appreciate it. And I put a video out earlier today that almost nobody watched, but it was the full scanner audio from and sped up, where what I do is I get rid of the silent moments. I think there's like a second of silent put in its place. And so, you know, it kind of reduced 2 different scanner audios down to 1 hour and 5 minutes from 2 different sources. So it kind of starts over again. So I think that was, it was pretty interesting. The entire time is all about the case. Every one of the calls, basically. Yeah, we know. I already went through that, Keith. I already went through it. I already said that that's different, though. How often do you get a case where it's just a female with no sort of, you know, psychological sort of gender issues, where it's just a female at a school shooter? Now, we don't know if there isn't some other issues like that, but you don't see these at all. Yeah, I even brought up the one from last year. Must have missed it. Let's see. That one was a transgender, and it was at another religious school, and that's probably why she did it. Or he, or whatever the hell you want to call it. Any thoughts on why they had to remove the door the way it was removed? I didn't see how they removed the door. I'm not sure what you're talking about. There's a manifesto in this case. Jeez, my God. Probably inspired by Luigi Mangione, the legend. You know, I gotta admit, I was so pumped today when Trump actually was out there and he said, I can't believe there's these people out there that are supporting that shooter that killed the executive. You know what? He was like, he went off on those people. And I was like, there you go. Finally, another voice of reason. I was like, it was amazing. But he won't lose subscribers for saying that. Hey, thanks Richard Watson, Raw Time Now, and look at that, Tina G gifted 5 memberships to Jay-Z for Baby MS Winner, Miss Violet Majesty, and Unique Rhythm. Look, I just got a text from Dr. Colleen Fitzpatrick. Let me see if there's anything earth-shattering in that one. Hold on. All right. She's just going to catch up with me tomorrow. All right. Does anybody know where the press conference is probably going on, right? Let me see if I can... Should be one coming up here, right? Any minute now, or don't see it. Everybody has a link to the press conference. It's supposed to be at 8:30 their local time. Thank you, Herbert Landscaping. Maybe they weren't sure if there was rigged the door, so they blew it up. I didn't see the video of it. Did they show video of it being blown up? Is it notable the last 4 shooters have identified themselves as, I don't know. Well, how do we know this shooter is doing that? Yeah, I don't know where the press conference is, Jennifer. I just asked if you guys could send a link to it, but thanks, Cheryl Bullock. One of the mods, if you can get the link, that'd be great. Yeah. Might be they were afraid the door would blow up. Right, I just think they, they probably researched, like, who the dad is and what they're like, and, maybe they were kind of like survivalist types or something, and then thought, okay, well, this could be rigged here, so let's blow the door down. Something like that. Anybody at all have the link to the press conference? Let's see. None of this stuff. Because I'm looking on Facebook, I don't see it live or anything. Send me an email if you know where it's being played. Don't see it though. Now, is that it right now? Okay. Hold on. I can't play that guy. I don't know where it's playing at. That's some other guy. Is this another one? Let's try this. No, that's... Jeez. Hold on.
To hold a vigil at the school tonight. We're asking you not to do that, as a second grade student called 911 to report a shooting had occurred at school. Don't let that soak in for a minute. A second grade student called 911 at 10:57 a.m.
Is that on YouTube?
To report a shooting at school. Officers were dispatched to the school at 10:57. A deputy with the Dane County Sheriff's Office was the first officer to arrive on the scene at 11 a.m. 24 seconds later, the first Madison police officer arrived on the scene at 11:01 and immediately entered the school.
Insta360 Go 3.
Officers bravely entered the building as soon as they arrived, not knowing what they were going to encounter. At 11:05, officers inside the school alerted people that the shooter was down and that a gun had been recovered. At 11:05, the Madison Police Department also began setting up for parents and guardians at what we briefly described earlier for you as a reunification center that occurred at 11:05. The Madison Fire Department was dispatched to the scene at the same time. They arrived at 11:05 and began linking up with officers who were also inside, and they were instrumental with providing aid to victims who were suffering from gunshot wounds, potentially saving lives. The first public notice about the shooting was posted on the Madison Police Department, potentially saving lives. The first public notice about the shooting was posted on the Madison Police Department Incident Report website at 11:13 a.m. Officers began clearing the school building
I don't know if you guys want to. You guys want to. You want to start over? I mean, let's see, because we might not have heard the beginning of it. Just a second. Well, it's not that long ago, though. Oh, that's the whole day. Jesus. Okay, I think it's like right here.
Look like much as well in this most recent press conference. And if I recognize any more...
Taken to area hospital.
There you go.
Taken to area hospitals.
Start there.
2 students remain in critical condition and have life-threatening injuries. A teacher and 3 students were treated for non-life-threatening injuries. 2 of these have been released and discharged from the hospital. The other 2 survivors are considered to be in stable condition. At this time, we believe there was only 1 shooter involved. We are still working to determine a motive. Detectives have talked to her family members this evening, as well as conduct a search of the shooter's home here in Madison. The shooting happened inside a classroom in a study hall of students from mixed grades. A document about this shooting is circulating this time on social media, but we have not verified its authenticity. The Abundant Life Christian School is being monitored by police overnight. At this time,
does anybody have access to that document? They must be talking about the manifesto. Can you send that to me at my email?
No one is allowed inside or on the school property. The Madison Police Department is aware that people are hoping to hold a vigil at the school tonight. We're asking you not to do that, as this location is still an active crime scene. So I'm going to go over the timeline of events for you. At 10:57 a.m., a 2nd grade student called 911 to report a shooting had occurred at school.
That's crazy.
Don't let that soak in for a minute. A 2nd grade student called 911 at 10:57 a.m. to report a shooting at school. Officers were dispatched to the school at 10:57. A deputy with the Dane County Sheriff's Office was the first officer to arrive on the scene at 11 a.m. 24 seconds later, the first Madison police officer arrived on the scene at 11:01 and immediately entered the school. Officers bravely entered the building as soon as they arrived, not knowing what they were going to encounter. At 11:05, officers inside the school alerted people that the shooter was down and that a gun had been recovered. At 11:05, the Madison Police Department also began setting up for parents and guardians at what we briefly described earlier for you as a reunification center that occurred at 11:05. The Madison Fire Department was dispatched to the scene at the same time. They arrived at 11:05 and began linking up with officers who were also inside, and they were
yeah, so can somebody send me the manifesto or whatever it is out online? Don't assume somebody else is doing it. So if you can go out there and find it, that'd be great. I gotta play this, and I don't know where it's located, but apparently it's circulating around. Maybe it's on the magical Reddit or Twitter somewhere.
Instrumental with providing aid to victims who were suffering from gunshot wounds, potentially saving lives. The first public notice about the shooting was posted on the Madison Police Department Incident Report website at 11:13 a.m. Officers began clearing the school building at 11:14, and bomb dogs started to clear the facility at 11:23 a.m. The Madison Fire Department began transporting patients at 11:26. Again, we want to stress that EMS arrived on the scene at 11:05, immediately connecting with officers to enter the scene, not knowing what they were going to experience. Press briefings occurred at 12:15, 12:30, 5:30, and now at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Let's talk a little bit about our law enforcement and our community partners. Multiple agencies assisted with the response to the shooting. The Madison Fire Department and several other Dane County and EMS agencies, the Dane County Sheriff's Office, the University of Wisconsin Police Department, the FBI, the ATF, all have played major roles in our response and in our investigation. We also want to acknowledge UW Hospital as well as St. Mary's Hospital for their work in treating the survivors of today's school shooting. Community resources. There are resources available to anyone needing help or needing someone to talk to. The Crime Response Unit with the Dane County District Attorney's Office have been mobilized. This is a group of people who are trained to help victims of mass violent incidents. This group is made up of social workers, attorneys, victims, professionals, former law enforcement, and other stakeholders in our community. If you need assistance, you can contact the Crime Response Program between 8 and 5 during the daytime. I'll give that number again, 608-284-6908, and you can reach them after hours at 608-376-0164, 608-376-0164 after hours. The Wisconsin Department of Justice's Office of School Safety and Office of Crime Victim Services are also providing resources.
Well, we think we know the name of the shooter, but I'd like to hear them say it. It is a female shooter, and last name starts with an R, and maybe Natalie is the first name.
During this critical time, their critical incident response team program is designed to minimize the psychological impact of a...
Well, I think I have the Google Doc. It's only 2 pages long.
A school critical incident, and helps to provide long-term mental care long after this is over. And I don't know how we can minimize what has happened today, but we're going to do the best we can to provide services for all of these children and staff. We cannot forget the staff who bravely took care of their students during this harrowing time. We also want to thank employees of the...
Yeah, I know what her last name is. I said R for a reason, geniuses. Okay? I don't want to put the last name out in the chat. That's why I said it starts with an R. You think I just couldn't pronounce it when I was looking at it? Is that what the...
Dane County, of Dean Healthcare, which we spoke about before. Again, the clinic shut down for the day, and employees assisted with our unification process. We've also seen an outpouring of support from various community groups and businesses, Twisted Ground Coffee, Greenbush Bakery, Ian's Pizza, Culver's, Mission Barbecue.
Speaking of
Starbucks.
Coffee, everybody, buy me a coffee in the upper left-hand corner. That would be fantastic. Thank you very much.
Starbucks, Salvation Army, and all who donated food for the Unification Center.
Thanks, Sandy,
so
for the
our
coffee.
children could get fed and be taken care of while they waited to be unified with their loved ones. So a lot has gone on today. I can tell you that it's not over. I can tell you that our officers and our detectives and our investigators will have to be told to go home. No one is thinking about going home right now. They're going to still work as long as they can to find as much information as they can. Obviously, we want to have some daylight tomorrow, so the crime scene is locked down at this particular time, but the officers and detectives and investigators continue to work. This has been a rough day for our city. This has been a sad day. This is going to be a day that will be etched in the collective minds and memories of all those from Madison. It's been a long day for you as well. Thank you for covering it, trying to get the information out to the public as early and as often as we can. And with that, we'll take any questions.
All right, Laura, do you want to go first?
Oh, sure. So there is a Google Doc that is locked that has been circulating on social media. People are saying that is the manifesto of the shooter. Are you able to talk about that at all?
Yeah, we haven't been able to verify that it's authentic. We're certainly aware that it's been posted, and the person who posted it alleged to have a connection with the victim. We have not located him yet, so I cannot say whether or not that's something that she was a part of. As soon as we can, we'll let you know. The good news is we have shared that with our partners, with the FBI, and so we're certainly looking into some of the things that were written in that particular document.
Madison?
Right over here. Could you just recap those numbers one last time for us on the injuries and the deaths?
Sure.
I think that there was some discrepancy there.
Okay. Ready?
Yes.
All right, 3 people, including the shooter, are dead. Identified the shooter for you.
Oh, you dead?
A teacher and a teenage student were pronounced dead at the scene. 6 other students and a teacher were injured and taken to area hospitals.
When did you identify
2 students remain in critical condition and have life-threatening injuries. A teacher and 3 students were treated for non-life-threatening injuries.
I'll move it back there in a minute. Maybe let's see if he says something at the beginning that we missed. And then after he says it, you can type the name in 1,000 times, everybody. Hey, thanks, Jamie S. Now, we don't know. I don't care if you put the shooter's name in there once they tell us what the shooter's name is. So let's see. It's right here. You can type it in.
All right, so you can see there law enforcement officials, including the Madison police chief, have stepped out here as they are about to begin their updates as well in this most recent press conference.
Yeah. Let's see. And I didn't realize it. Don't worry about it. I'm just trying to avoid putting it out there until it's official. You know, I said it started. I mean, I have the name. It starts with an R. His last name.
Everyone, my name is Chief Sean Barnes, SHONBARNES. I'm going to give you a detailed briefing of everything that happened today and include some new information that was not available earlier, as I promised. The Madison Police Department responded to a mass shooting at the Abundant Life Christian School today. Officers were dispatched to the school, which is located on the city's east side at 10:57 a.m. They arrived to find multiple people suffering from gunshot wounds. 3 people, including the shooter, are dead. The shooter has now been identified as 15-year-old Natalie Ruppnow, who went by the name Samantha. She was a student at the school.
All right, so that is this person right here that we already showed earlier. This girl right here, and hold on one second. All right, so now you can type it in, okay? I guess he did say it in this press conference, but the way it was set up, I wasn't able to get to the very beginning of it at first. So hold on. Up now, and I've got the Facebook page right here. There it is. Hold on, let me close some of these down. Right there. And you know, maybe that's her there at some other points. Don't know. That's probably the dad. But you know, there's probably a reason why they wanted to make sure to blow up the door, you know. So that's probably the daughter right there shooting, so she knows how to shoot. All right, so we had all that before the show started. However, you just don't know. I knew that was the person who lived at 1313. This is their house right over here. Right there. And it's 1313 Delaware Boulevard. They showed it on the news, so it's that house right there. And this video, it's amazing because this is the most recent street view on here, is like 13 years ago, which is really unusual. But that's it. It probably didn't live there at that time, I would imagine. Could have, though. let's see, satellite-wise, if we go up to satellite, that's 2020, December, March 2024 right there. November 2023. Yeah. I don't think we can get anything out of looking at satellite imagery, but yeah, I've got the manifesto over here. Do you guys want me to read it right now? Because I can. All right, so this is, I guess this is what, I mean, I don't know. This is somebody named @Slatsinism. Don't know what the hell that means. I don't know why people need to put, I mean, I understand watermarks sometimes, but, you know, something like this, you know, it's all over the place. All right, so let's just skip to this, and then we'll go back to and listen to some of the press conference, all right? So now that we know that this is the... But hey, guys, if you're out there, if you can help support the channel, let's try to reach that goal tonight. We're currently about 20 or 30%. All right, the creation of disaster and why is it so unfair? Hatred sometimes everyone has gotten. I wonder if I could do this in, what happens if I do this? Hold on. Let me see what it says. If it doesn't work right away, I won't do it. Yeah, forget it. All right. Hatred's something everyone has gotten. In a sense, some people think it's pure nothing, but because of the hate they make, it ends up killing them without knowing it, which go right ahead, I don't mind, but kind of do at the same time. You're just simply nothing but scum to the world, or to even think about. Nobody should want you or your body in any way. I'm not sure what this means. The creation of disaster and why it's so unfair. Hatred, something everyone has gotten. So everyone's received hatred. In a sense, some people think it's pure nothing. That's nothing, but because of the hate they make, it ends up killing them without knowing it. Which go right ahead, I don't mind, but kind of do at the same time. You are just simply nothing but scum to the world, meaning people who create hate, I guess. Or to even think about. Nobody should want you or your body in any way. So nobody should ever want you because you're a hateful person. I hate seeing people on a daily basis, but just being so sensitive gives me one more reason to take off my glasses. The human scum is color. The human scum is color and the way people are raised. Don't know what that means. Oh, you mean, so she's actually saying that your race makes you scum or something? Is that, I hope it's not a racial meaning there. That doesn't sound good, though. I've grown up around people who do not care or give one single care in the world and smoke their lungs out with weed or drink as much as they can, like my own father, she said. I've grown to hate people and society. It's truly not my fault, though. It never was, but all of you and the world have done to me is pick and tease me. You've pushed me into a corner with no help whatsoever. So there's the bullying angle here. Humanity is filth, and I don't like filth, nor want to live in it, nor should anyone else, and I know it follows me and how it has followed me and will follow everyone because of how the world is run. There were so many things I wanted to do as a kid, yet I can admit I was afraid of the other kids, and also even with my own parents. But I don't even trust them at that age as well. I didn't, and I never will. My parents are scum. There's nothing that will save them to make me think good of them ever again. No family to ever trust, and to never trust society. There is two people, and only two people I will trust, one partially and one I would never doubt. Yeah, okay, well, it's rare is what I was saying, Ada. I'm glad you looked it up. I agree that I don't know what I am doing with my life, but neither did my parents or anyone around me. I have changed, and I will not go back to that ever again. I'm hardened, and I'm different. This situation and the situation of a lifetime is a get the F out moment, and I don't come back. I will never go back and nag my way through life. It's not even my fault, though. It's everyone else's. It has to be theirs and not mine. It's pure idiotic from people to cause this, but it's a good thing that this happens. It always is, and there will always be a reason for this, and reasons for other shootings, unless it's some Indian guy who wanted to blow up just for the fun of it, which is what those people do. I think that it's a bit funny. Not really funny to the point I'd laugh my ass off, but still maybe you get the point here, or maybe you don't and think I might be crazy. Let's see, maybe you'll just see me as a weirdo, a freak, just as some of you do now, but I'm not. Well, we're freaks, right, you guys? I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with being a freak. But hey, can you guys help support the channel? I brought it up a few minutes ago and absolutely zero at that point. So what we've got to do is try to reach the goal tonight. All right, that was a disaster yesterday. So just trying to reach the goal tonight. So if you have the ability to help support this channel, and we also give away thousands of dollars every single month to various true crime related charities out of the income. All right, that'd be awesome. Yeah. Well, Monday doesn't mean all of a sudden that girl shot somebody, because another shooter 44 years ago shot somebody on a Monday. You have 1 in 7 days of the week you could shoot somebody. It's the first day of the school day. Right. Let's see. Maybe you see me as a weirdo, a freak, just as some of you do now, but I'm not. I'm not like the others. I would never ever want to be like them with how they think and what they do on a simple day. I hate how the population thinks, grows, and talks, how they make romance fake. If only some days we could do a public execution, that would be gladly needed. I wouldn't mind throwing some stones at idiots, or even watching from the far back when they get hanged. Whatever the hell that means. Let's see. Twitter can prove that for a fact, or so I think, and I think a lot more than some people think I do, or maybe they don't think what I think, because most people can't do what I'm going to do. Death is something most people need to embrace and accept rather than running away from it. Once you know you'll be proven guilty on all, I don't know what this is right here. Like, it seems like it's missing something in the middle. Are there more pages than just 2? Anybody know? Once you know you'll be proven guilty on all charges and wish to be killed in any good way that is not simple and is more painful than anything, or at least I would hope on that behalf. The revolution should be well. The population should be well, but it's not and never will be. I want to change that, but will I truly? So that's sort of, she wants to be another Luigi Mangione, you know, trying to, I bet you he inspired her. How much you want to bet? The population of scum, which she and Mangione are, has been worked over the years, as it did during the wars and fighting over what would be right and wrong. Thanks, Vegas Andrews. Apparently the only person who actually heard what I was saying. Mental health is just as important as physical. Yep. The sick people will dissolve. Let's see. The population of scum has been worked over the years, as it did during the wars, fighting over what would be right and wrong. The sick people will dissolve into dust and be forgotten about. You will ruin the human population and turn into horrors of filth and beings that shouldn't live. Whores and scum are things I hate the most, and I will always hate. You have no meaning. You and your parents should be hanged in front of everyone. And then they use the N-word here. So this person is a racist, and she was talking about that. The worse sleep, the N-word, the worse. Once you sleep with one, you are one. So she's saying if you ever mix races. So she's sitting there blaming her dad as scum, but she's scum. She's worse. She's like I don't care who you think you are or what you've done good for this world of yours. It will never matter because you will always have no thought and no brain to continue it. Well, you're an idiot. I hate looking at some of the people in the society and seeing what they are and what they do with their lives. Like, how does one do that? But I know how. Out of scum and just pure retardedness. Yeah. I'm glad to be different and not the same as other people. I know how to be formal. I know how to use my words, even if I get mad at you, and there has always been a reason, whether or not I despise you or just because I can. Hey, welcome, Sandy T. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, you guys. I don't care when you say it's been said. I don't know what that means. It's been said. People say all kinds of stuff out there. Some of the let's see. I'm glad to be different and not the same as other people. I know how to be formal. I know how to use my words. Even if I get mad at you, there has always been a reason, whether or not I despise you or just because I can. Some of you guys really do deserve the execution punishment. Rather painful or not, you deserve to be dead, but yet doesn't the whole world deserve that? Now I'm wondering if there was a racial component to the people she shot. The main target has been anyone with some sort of feeling or being of knowing any action to turn you. I'm not sure. It's kind of hard to read because she doesn't really. The main target has been anyone with some sort of feeling or being of knowing any action to turn you wrong and left rather than the right and the better. Either way, I'll always hate humanity and will never be overruled. If someday it's so overruled, and I shall never see that day, knowing how this world is and how everyone is scum of filth, nobody will ever overrule it. And all everyone will be is some worthless thing. Out of all serious talk, though, how everyone forces either religion on others or how some people just disobey the right from wrong and using the wrong for the worse. What I'm simply doing is not wrong one single bit. Maybe sure to some people due to its harmful studies, according to some people. The hate I get and the hate you get is mutual. You hate me and I will always hate you as well, no matter what you've done to me, but you will always have a little place of hate. I don't care what you think, though, nor would I really ever. I'd rather be dead than sit in a room all day, no matter if it's schoolwork or even my own room, even if I like being alone. I will never be like anyone else and ruin my mind. I am part of the real thought and the real revolution. Yeah, well, What a dumb... Whoever raised her should be ashamed, you know. So, anyways, there you go. That's the reading. I guess she wrote that. I mean, it sounds like what a 15-year-old might write that's dumb, you know. Right, it's always about skin color, everything. I haven't met one Republican that's been racist. But you always hear when, like, a lot of times people on the left, they classify everybody. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're racist, but you're always putting people... Well, I mean, isn't that what racist means? Like, you know, I guess what you'd say... I don't mean to make it political, but racist means that you're sort of focused on one race over another. So when you're always classifying and putting people in boxes... That creates huge problems. Instead of just putting everybody in the same box, you know, we're all just people. We're all just trying to get through life, you know. So, anyways. So, all right. Well, I guess where were we at before? I think we were still doing this, maybe. Is that the earlier one, or? Oh, that's the old one. Hold on. Thanks, Allie Cake. Man, that was 6 hours ago. I'm not sure I still have the... Let me see. Is that it?
If you're a YouTuber and you want to save hours managing your library, you need TubeBuddy. Come check out how you can edit your end screens, cards, and...
Under the age of 17.
They can answer that right now. She is...
Manage and handle those tips.
But the officers and detectives and investigators continue to work. Began clearing the school building at 11:14, and bomb dogs started to clear the facility at 11:23 a.m. The Madison Fire Department began transporting patients at 11:26. Again, we want to stress that EMS arrived on the scene at 11:05, immediately connecting with officers to enter the scene, not knowing what they were going to experience. Press briefings occurred at 12:15, 12:30, 5:30, and now at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Let's talk a little bit about our law enforcement and our community partners. Multiple agencies assisted with the response to the shooting, continue to work.
I want to go to the question.
This has been a rough day for our city. This has been a sad day. This is going to be a day that will be etched in the collective minds and memories of all those from Madison. It's been a long day for you as well. Thank you for covering it, trying to get the information out to the public as early and as often as we can. And with that, we'll take any questions.
Right, Laura, do you want to go first?
Oh, sure. So there is a Google Doc that is locked that has been circulating on social media. People are saying that is the manifesto of the shooter. Are you able to talk about that at all?
Yeah, we haven't been able to verify that it's authentic. We're certainly aware that it's been posted, and the person who posted it alleged to have a connection with the victim. We have not located him yet, so I cannot say whether or not that's something that she was a part of. As soon as we can, we'll let you know. The good news is we have shared that with our partners, with the FBI, and so we're certainly looking into some of the things that were written in that particular document.
Madison?
Right over here. Could you just recap those numbers one last time for us on the injuries and the deaths? Sure. I think that there was some discrepancy there.
Okay. Ready?
Yes.
All right, 3 people, including the shooter, are dead. Identified the shooter for you. A teacher and a teenage student were pronounced dead at the scene. 6 other students and a teacher were injured and taken to area hospitals. 2 students remain in critical condition and have life-threatening injuries. A teacher and 3 students were treated for non-life-threatening injuries, and 2 of those have been released or discharged from the area hospital.
I'm just going to jump in. It's 2 students in critical condition, and then 4, including a teacher, and 3 students with those non-life-threatening injuries.
Thank you.
Lucas from the State Journal.
How did this 15-year-old get a hold of this gun? You know, just what was it given to them?
It's a good question. How does any 15-year-old get a hold of a gun, or anyone for that matter?
What do you mean anyone for that matter?
You get into the...
What a stupid comment.
The philosophical question.
How does anyone get a hold of a gun? I mean, Jesus.
Something that we all should be talking to our loved ones about.
Hey, thanks, Charlotte Denny. All right.
That's something that will be a part of this investigation. We are certainly speaking and talking with the parents who are cooperating to determine if they were gun owners and if they had guns. But at this time, again,
Well, of course they're gun owners. She's shooting guns.
Still talking with them. It's been a long conversation. We appreciate them.
She could have rented
Gray.
Okay, Maddie from WISC.
Is there anything else you can tell us about communication with the parents or the family?
No, just that they are cooperating with us right now. We're currently speaking with the father at one of our facilities, trying to determine what he may knew or may not have known about what happened today. But again, he lost someone as well. And so we're not going to rush the information. We'll take our time and make sure that we do our due diligence in doing that.
Just the father you're speaking with?
That's correct.
Okay.
Could you spell the name, Chief, of the shooting?
Sure, absolutely. Thank you. Ready? Natalie,
I don't know why she hates.
N-A-T-A-L-I-E.
She might have been taught to hate black
now
people.
R-U-P-N-O-W. But went by Samantha, common spelling.
I'm Scott from
Went by Samantha. Common spelling.
Chief, you said the shooting was in a study hall. Was it all self-contained within that room, including the shooter? Was the shooter in that study hall?
Again, I have not been to the crime scene. I was told that it occurred in study hall or during study hall. So there's different students, obviously you can imagine, from different grades that were in there. I have not seen the physical inside of it to be able to answer that question.
All right, Tabitha.
Chief, it's unfortunately notable that a second grader was the one who made that 911 call. Are you able to share with us, that conversation with that second grader and what parents can do as far as talking to their kids about this?
Great. So I'll start with the first thing. What I can share with you is that our 911 dispatch communicators are trained to talk to children. We've talked children.
They didn't mention who the 2 people were, right? That she didn't hate.
Through parents choking, we taught children through CPR and a variety of other things, even giving birth, believe it or not. So they are trained to do that. But to me, it makes my heart skip a beat to think about that. And we teach our kids, if something's wrong, call what? 911. And so the child was able to do that. Give me your second question again, please.
Yeah, when it comes to terms of parents talking to their children about this, specifically about what happened today, but then also, calling 911.
Yep. So the message for parents, for me, is simple. It's the same thing that I would tell my children. Listen to the instruction of the adults in the room. Run, find somewhere to hide, find some cover, find something that may shield or guard you. But the most important thing is listen to the adults in the room, because they've gone through the training to perhaps keep everyone as safe as they possibly can.
Phoebe from Wisconsin.
Chief, there's been a lot of misinformation online, including from prominent Moms for Liberty activists in Wisconsin, claiming that the shooter was transgender, which is a reaction that we see across the country in think of mass shootings, to claim that trans people are dangerous. Can you respond to that directly in regards to this?
Yeah, I don't know whether Natalie was transgender or not. And quite frankly, I don't think that's even important. I don't think that's important at all. I don't think that whatever happened today has anything to do with how she or he or they may have wanted to identify. And I wish people would kind of leave their own personal biases out of this. We have people who showed up to work today to help kids be better who are not going home. And we have lost members of our community who are children, including the shooter. So whether or not they were transgender is something that may come out later. But for what we're doing right now, today, literally 8 hours after a mass shooting in a school in Madison, it is of no consequence at this time. And so I would encourage people to be responsible with your social media. I won't go into some of the things that I've seen on social media that quite frankly are incorrect, that are not true, that are just not helping at all. And I choose not to breathe life into that because it's negative and we don't need it right now. We need to come together as a community and heal and try to wrap our arms around those who survived yet another school shooting in Madison. And that's where my focus will be for the very near future.
Adam from CBS.
Right here in the middle. Question for Trish. A few weeks ago, we spoke after the Kenosha incident in which the student actually, it was not a real gun. But we talked about copycats. What is the DOJ doing in the next couple of weeks? Even Chief Barnes or even Special Agent in Charge Hensel about the next few weeks, copycats or possible threats?
Thanks for that question. Trish Kilpin, Wisconsin DOJ Office of School Safety Director. It is true that in light of school shootings, we also see an uptick, a contagion effect of other school threats. Today in SUSO is our Speak Up, Speak Out Wisconsin tip line where people can report concerns. We have seen an increase in planned school attack tips. Since its inception in 2020, we've received over 350 tips about planned school attacks that can be averted. Often after an incident such as that happened today here in Madison, that people start to think about, I should have reported this, I have knowledge that someone could be planning a school attack, and they need to have a place to report that. So we encourage the community at large, students and families, to report to SUSO or their local law enforcement or local school officials if they have concerns that somebody is planning a school attack. Targeted violence is preventable. When somebody decides to use violence, it's often to redress an upset or a grievance, and they progress down a pathway towards that violence. And when they do that, they often study previous school shooting incidents. So I implore you all to be responsible in terms of how we report this. We do not want to give a blueprint of a manifesto to future people who are thinking of solving their upset with violence. And so
I don't think that's a blueprint of any kind. That's not a blueprint. It's actually a ramblings of a lunatic.
Speak Up, Speak Out Wisconsin has received an uptick in tips today. I have communicated with schools across the state as well as with DPI about how to manage and handle those tips, whether it's an anonymous threat or a threat specific to a student. At my office, we teach across Wisconsin behavioral threat assessment and management. This is the process rooted in the scientific body of knowledge of threat assessment of how to determine if a child poses a threat or has made a threat. We have trained thousands of people across Wisconsin, and we continue to do so. So we encourage schools to contact us.
So what evidence have we seen so far that points to her being a transgender person? Anybody? I haven't heard a one thing that says that she's transgender.
For information on those trainings and on those tools that we have available to all schools, public and private and tribal, to prevent school violence here in Wisconsin, which is our mission.
And Sarah from WPR.
What are the gun policies at the school? Are guns allowed on the school property? For example, are staff at the school allowed to have firearms?
No, we don't have any guns on the school grounds. We don't have it posted as a gun-free zone, but school, we don't allow the students even in the elementary if they're playing out on the play.
Yeah, but see, like Laura Rose right there, you said, I read cisgender. Who knows these days, huh? Yeah, where'd you read that, though? In some Reddit forum somewhere or Twitter? Somewhere, oh, yeah, they're probably cisgender. And then all of a sudden now you're repeating it as if it's some sort of a factual piece of information. I mean, you guys need to, like, if a news outlet reports it, then you might be able to go, oh, okay, there you go. Because they probably... But when you hear some rando person type it in on Twitter, man, you should just never... You can say, oh, I don't know. I wouldn't even mention it, to be honest with you. Yeah. And it really... And to be honest, it doesn't matter. Just like he said. It doesn't matter if they're transgender or not. Whoever this person is just a sick person, a psycho who went and shot other people. All right? But hey, guys, I'll ask again. We're really, we're not even close to the goal tonight on the show. And we try to raise funds every single night on the show to help support, keep the channel going, and allows us at the end of the month to donate thousands of dollars. And I rely on your generosity to, because when we do shows like this show tonight will not be monetized after the fact. I can guarantee you. Just because of the topic that we're discussing. So if you have the ability to help support the channel, I would appreciate it. There's the Buy Me a Coffee in the upper left-hand corner there. Super Chats, PayPal, etc. And you guys are kind of what make the show continue on, all right? It's having to ask multiple times that it's not really that fun. I got to be honest. So there you go.
Playground and they want to make finger guns, we don't allow that. So we talk about guns in the way that we feel is responsible, that they are to be used by those in authority and those who have a need for them, but that we at school have no need for guns.
And so no staff as well or not?
No.
All right, Danielle, well, I think you guys stay up there maybe, but do you have a question?
Yeah, I do. So I guess this one is for Chief Warren.
Okay.
So was the second grader in the classroom where the study hall was occurring when she made the call, or was she in a different classroom?
I think there was in a different classroom, but obviously the sound of a firearm is usually unmistakable. And then again, we heard how the teachers reacted. Lockdown. The students know what that means. Some level of preparation. And then, of course, a call from the student, 911, of an active shooter. Just want to speak to something that was said in the back about copycats. I can't remember who asked that question. So anyone who makes a call or threat to a school, we will investigate that. And if you're found to be the person to make that call, you will be arrested. You will be arrested.
All right, Ken from WKBT.
Yeah, Barbara, I know this is still incredibly early, but is there a thought process on what the school would like to do in terms of security moving forward? Rethinking what's currently in place? I know we talked about facial scans, but does the school feel like it needs to change anything about its security apparatus?
So we're not the experts in security. We work with the experts in security.
Thanks,
and
Herbert
so obviously
Landscaping.
as we go through this process and review it, we'll talk with those who have better knowledge than we do. We have done everything that we could within our ability to secure the school and to provide a safe learning environment as well as working environment for our staff and our students. But as we review things, that would be something that we continue to do with our Madison Police Liaison and then the Office of School Safety. So I can't speak to that now just because it's so close, but obviously that is something that we will continue to look at. We want our students to feel safe and our faculty to feel safe and guests to feel safe when they're at Abundant Life.
Let me just speak to that again. We stated this earlier, there'll be an after action report where our police department, fire department, all those who are involved we'll sit down and we'll go through.
Hey, thanks, Jennifer P. out
so
there.
The after action report is not to
Michael
find fault. It's not
S.
to find liability. It's to find areas for improvement for everyone.
Buy me a
if
copy.
there is a recommendation to be made, we will make that recommendation. But if there's not a recommendation to be made, we won't do that. But we will look to see what we can do as a form of continuous improvement. I think that's very important.
Can you talk about the gun that was used?
I can't. I haven't seen it. It's obviously, it may still be on property because you have to be very careful about how we take things from the scene and how we document those. But I know it's a handgun.
Thanks,
I
Chick
cannot
Bait.
tell you any other characteristics of it at this time.
All right, Jenny.
But how about this? If you guys can't help support the channel, maybe if you could hit that like button, that'd be great, because we only have 247 likes. Don't you find that ridiculous? So let's go and hit that like button right
Stupid as
now.
10,
15, 20, can I hear 30? Hit that like button. 40, 45, 50, hit that like button. 60. Do I hear 70, 75, 80? Hit that like button. 90, 90, 95, 100. Hit that like button. 10, 20, 25, 30. Hit that like button.
30, now 5, I'm 35.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Pretty easy. Hey, thanks Amber Maiden and William Dayton.
Chief, was Natalie on your radar at all, on MPD's radar, and have you ever had any sort of interaction with her previous to today?
I don't know if we've ever had any interaction with her to today. That's something that our intelligence analysts will be looking at and going through. Again, we've recently made the positive ID, and so that will be part of the investigation. To my knowledge, I'm not aware that we've had any issues with her. I think if there were, we certainly would have had some type of intervention, but I'm not aware of that. But again, that's part of the investigation. We have a criminal intelligence section, and part of their job is to try to do background on people and where they are. And in addition to that, we also have some resources from the FBI, just in case people live other places, right? Not just in Madison. And so we're trying to put together, I think that's what you're trying to get at. What do we know about this person?
All right, we'll get back to you, but
okay.
One of you from ABC.
Is there any additional information that you can give to us on Natalie? Her academic record, disciplinary record, if any, was she integrated into school? Did she have friends? Is there any color you can share with us on, if there were signs of bullying or anything like that?
Yeah, so obviously that may be a
Kimberly.
question from the school, but I don't think they can answer that right now. She is a child, and so you're asking about, some personal and private things about them that I don't think they would be at liberty to share at this time. But certainly if she has friends, people will say what they think about her, but just be careful with that information and sharing that. Again, she's still a child, and so some of those information we will not be able to share with you.
Okay, Whitney from CNN.
We've covered several cases recently where
What
parents
picture?
are eventually charged. Are you questioning the parents?
What are you talking about?
In mind there might be potential charges for the parents?
No, the parents are fully cooperating. We have no reason to believe that they have committed a crime at this time.
Mills?
As far as the suspect goes, do you know
the
she planned the attack? And then also, do you know...
The father, the screen of this thing right here, this is the school that the shooting took place. Is that what you're asking? The father doesn't seem to have any criminal history or anything. He does have like one vehicle violation, but sometimes you just raise a kid who's nuts. I mean, you could take two identical twins and they're raised exactly the same situation. One could be a psycho. You just don't know.
If she lived with both her parents.
But the fact that she has that racist belief, that's usually a family
thing. We're not fully
thing.
aware at this particular time, and whether or not who she lives with, that kind of speaks to some of her personal attributes, which I'm not going to discuss at this time.
Do you believe she planned it?
I do not know. I do not know.
All right, Ashley from WI.
Right here.
Hi. Can you tell us at all what may have been recovered in the search of the shooter's home, and also what grade was she in?
I'm not sure what grade she was in, but they're still searching, and so they're still going through evidence in the home, and so we do not have a complete list of the things that were collected from the home. Again, that was done with the consent of the parents. Earlier we talked about a search warrant. We did not have to execute that search warrant because we had the full cooperation of the parents.
Were there any weapons?
Again, that would speak to what was collected, and I don't.
But it's weird. She hates her parents.
I believe they're still working.
So maybe her parents aren't racist, but she is. I mean, I don't get it.
Can you confirm at this point in the investigation if the home on Delaware Boulevard is the suspected shooter's home?
It is.
Yes.
And second part of the question, you talked about your officers running in. to that scene. Can you talk about the conversations that you've had with those officers and what is kind of going through their mind mentally right now as they begin to kind of tackle this?
Yeah, as they begin to kind of sit with what they were asked to do today.
Yeah, it doesn't make somebody a
before
racist.
any
New
officer
York
can
State
leave
of
today,
mind.
they have to go through what we call
Sound
a
like an
checkout
idiot.
procedure. They have to go to our command post, they have to check out with a supervisor, and then they have to check out with someone in peer support. So no officer will go home today without having the opportunity to talk
Trump's
to
not a
someone
racist, by the
who
way.
wears the
Just letting you
uniform,
know.
who's specially trained to do counseling in crisis management. And so that's part of our checkout procedure.
How do you lead them through this?
You know, we do that through compassion, through leadership,
They're like Colts.
through training, through togetherness, through the support of the community, through understanding
Well, no, that means
that this is a
you're
job
racist.
that is very
New York State of
noble,
mind.
that is meaningful work, and that my job, our job as leaders, is to make sure that our work is safe and meaningful. It's safe because we have training and tactics that we employ. We did that today. They know exactly what happens during an active shooter. Stop the killing, stop the dying, stop the threat, then treat other people. They all know that, and they all did that today very, very well in cooperation with other law enforcement officers from around the county. And so that was our message that we've been talking about for a very, very long time. We were able to do that today very, very successfully.
That was just one racist portion.
Well, as successfully as we could.
Well, two,
And so
actually.
today, again, tonight, officers will have to sit with that. We have peer support, EAP, a variety of things available for those officers who had to endure that today. So thank you for asking that.
All right, Laura, real quick, and then we got to get out of here.
So this shooting occurred a couple of hours into the school day. I'm wondering if there were, if anything was reported about, this young woman who did the shooting, if any teachers said anything or any other students.
I would not have information about whether or not she had a record with the school, and quite frankly, that would not be something that we would be able to release.
Keep any timeline on when you're going to release the age and names of the other two victims involved in this?
Can you
I think we
remove
wanna
that
make
person?
sure
I can't
that
see them
all
on my
family
end
members
for
have
some
been
reason.
notified. We want to make sure that all family members are okay with it. Obviously, people will start to speculate. We had a question earlier about social media and how powerful that can be, and information that people will put out. But we have a briefing set for tomorrow in our command post at 1 p.m. And so that will be one of the topics of consideration, being able to put out the names of those persons, children.
She didn't say anything about
staff
pretty
members
girls.
who lost their life today.
She didn't mention
trying to
pretty
protect
girls,
each
Janet.
other and get another school shooting.
So we'll be back here tomorrow at 1 p.m. and we should wrap up.
Okay, that's all I have. Thank you so much.
Well, there you go. That was it. Yeah. There was two portions. I first caught on to maybe her being a little bit racist is right here. I wasn't sure if because she's a shitty writer. I mean, embarrassing actually, but it says, the human scum is color and the way people are raised. So she's saying that based on your color and the way you're raised makes you scum. And I was thinking, man, is she racist? And then she definitely made racist comment, full statement on the next page. Just right here, I'm not going to read that out loud, but and the worse, once you sleep with one, you are one. Like if you sleep with a black person, they're saying you are one. But who cares if you were one? I mean, that'd be great to be one. Who cares? I don't care who you think you are or what you've done good for the world of yours. So even if you're that race, what she's saying right here is, if you're that race, it will never matter because you will always have no thought, no brain to continue with. And then she says, I don't even care what you've done that you think is good. I hate looking at some of the people in society and thinking and seeing they are and what they do with their lives. Like, how does one do that? But I know how, out of scum, just pure retardedness. I mean, she's so stupid. Really dumb writing. I don't know. I don't agree with the chick bait. I don't think anybody would cheer for what this person did. There's just people that cheer for Luigi Mangione because they just wanted to be some sort of a hero because he took out a corporate leader, and by God, we're all just... It's stupid. Just a cult hero bullcrap. All right, we're currently at not even at 50% tonight. Hope the show wasn't that bad. Yeah, so let's do the, I don't know, do you guys have anything else to talk about with this one? Because we can do the update on the 3 women that were shot in Columbus, Ohio. Want to do that? Yeah, that's not part of the percentage, though. Thanks, though, for the like. Yeah. Let's see. I don't know. We went over it yesterday, you guys. I mean, this isn't new. I mean, if you remember yesterday, okay, on Tuesday last week, a guy named Daryl Hambrick was shot here by a guy named Hakeem Graham, who's 39 years old, told a different person who was right there to shoot Daryl Hambrick, who was out in the yard, and he died there on Tuesday. And then at one point, Daryl Hambrick lived in this house right here, where on Saturday night or early Sunday morning, somebody came in and shot 3 women that were at the house that Hambrick used to live at, or even he might even still live there, but that, he lived there at one point. Right here. Okay? And, law enforcement said it was unusual because there was 3 women that were shot. So, it says right here, on Saturday, December 14th, just before 4 p.m. local time, Columbus, police officers were called to the 1300 block of South Ohio. Police spokesperson Sergeant James Fuqua told reporters in a video shared. Fuqua explained that police responded after a caller said they found some of their friends inside the property. Oh yeah, and it was actually a friend of Hambrick. It was actually a friend of Hambrick who, who went over to check on Hambrick and found the 3 girls in there. Oh. Let's see. Fuqua explained that police responded after a caller said they'd found some of their friends inside the property having medical distress. He told reporters that 3 adult female victims, who haven't been named as of yet, had been found dead at the scene. Calling the situation all very active and ongoing, Fuqua explained that there were very limited details. Yeah, so we already went through all that, but let's do the this one. I mean, there's not a ton of detail on this one either. Yeah, Jesus. Not even sure that was the one Columbus police have released a little information about a triple homicide. Have released little information over the weekend that claimed the lives of 3 women. Police said 49-year-old Dawn Clover, that was the one name we didn't have, 34-year-old Sierra Muse and 36-year-old Tiffany Parrish were all discovered shot to death in the home on South Avenue after a friend called 911. They had to be scared, Don Clover, Uncle Danny Clover said. And by the way, the Don Clover, when I looked up her arrest record, her address was, literally it said, the streets. I mean, how crazy. Oh, no, streets of Columbus. I mean, it was like, that's what they were worded as. What do you guys, who's the troll in there? I don't know who you're referring to. I hope whoever did this, God have mercy on them. Let's see, they had to be scared, Don Clover's uncle Danny Clover said. There's nothing right about it. Who shoots women? I mean, why? I don't understand it. I hope whoever did this, God have mercy on them, Debbie Smith said. Clover and Smith said their niece was a mother and new grandmother. I helped raise her when she was a baby. She was a really nice girl, Clover said. She would do anything for you. She'd give you the shirt off her back to help you.
And tonight, new information on the victims in a triple homicide over the weekend.
We now know the identities of those 3 women. Steve Levine talking with one family, waiting to learn what happened to their loved one.
Crime scene tape and police cruisers still surround this Southside home near Karns Park, 3 days after 3 women were discovered shot to death. Columbus police have yet to make an arrest in the case as neighbors wait to learn what happened.
I'm not as concerned for myself as I am for my family. We have
I'm almost down like 100.
Grandchildren that live with
Listen, you guys, if you don't like my channel because I don't say the stuff that you want to say, then just get the hell out of here. I don't have time for you, okay? So right now I just keep losing sub after sub after sub after sub doing these live streams because I'm not saying the stuff that you want to say, and I just don't give a shit, okay? If you don't like me because I think Luigi Mangione is a psychopath who is an absolute monster, and that people who think that he is a hero are sick people themselves, then unsubscribe immediately, all right? Just do it immediately. If you think the earth is flat, unsubscribe immediately. Okay, I just don't have time for it. Just keep going and going and going. Let's get the purge going, you guys. I want to get even lower than I am right now. Okay? You know, I was at 152, 150. Now I'm at 152 and 1. So if we can just get 2 or 3 more people to unsubscribe, I can get down into the 151s again. I would really appreciate it. Because I think people like you who believe Luigi Mangione is a hero, you're a sick, disgusting piece of crap, just like the shooter is, okay? You are a disgusting person if you support Luigi Mangione, all right? And just know that I know that about you. Look at a mirror and go, man, I'm disgusting because I think Luigi Mangione is a hero. Because you are. You are a pile of shit. All right? So come on, keep going. Let me refresh this. I hope it's lower. Yeah, let's see. No, it stayed the same. Come on, you guys. Right. So Mangione and this girl right here are piles of crap. Just killing people because they want to. All right? There doesn't, and by the way, Luigi Mangione didn't even have United Healthcare as his insurance company. That should have changed everybody's mind. Because he didn't have any, they had nothing to do with him. All right? No, but he was doing it for the greater, oh, shut the hell up, okay? You're an embarrassment, all right? Great if we start talking about, the ethicalness or ethics of the insurance companies, etc. But if you're out there and you're one of those people saying, yeah, man, go, you are sick, all right? Jesus. Those are the people who, you go after the January 6th people, go after the people who support a shooter. I mean, you guys are, wow, nuts. Anyways, let's see. Let me try to refresh. Let me see where we're at now. Yes, sir! All right, we're at 151,999. Let's keep going. If I can lose 1,000 of you psychos, I don't care. That'd be the greatest thing in the world. But anyways, you guys, tonight's as dead as a doornail. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about? I'm not having a good time. Anything? Yeah. I mean, it shouldn't be this hard to reach goals on this channel when you have 500 people watching. It should be really simple. And it's just getting to the point where I got to go back to just making video after video after video after video and hoping. I just gave you the name. That was the new information. Yeah, I wouldn't even care if he came from a poor background, Zozo. So even if he was poor, and I'd say even if like the insurance company itself denied a claim, he's a psycho, right? Because the guy he killed had nothing to do with the claim. He just sort of killed somebody because he was the head of it. Makes him nuts. Hey, thanks Sandy T and Kathy Freidenmaker. Let me see if I can refresh. I'm trying to get even less. I want less and less and less. And at some point I'll get a case that people are interested in again, and we'll build it back up again. But yeah, I absolutely believe what I'm saying right now. Okay, that if you think Luigi Mangione is a hero, you are a sick, disgusting person yourself. Okay? All right? I actually believe that. I'll say it out loud. So if it's something that you can't get past because you think you worship the guy, then get the hell out of here. All right? I really don't want you anywhere near this channel commenting or saying anything. All right? And let us know that too, so we can block you, and then we don't have to listen to your shit on any other case. All right? It's a real case, chick bait. Yep. Let's see, the school's Facebook page. Wait a minute, they were just doing drills. It must be a false flag operation with crisis actors. Let me guess. Thank you, Lulu Valentine. I don't even know what you're saying, chick bait. We need to talk real facts about Madison today and the police response, and I never said Luigi was a hero. I wasn't even talking to you, chick bait. I don't even know what you're referring to or why you thought I was even talking to you. Yeah. What troll is here? Yeah. He is I've lost about 160 net subscribers once I started saying that if you support Luigi Mangione, you're a psycho and a disgusting person. So isn't that scary to know that at least 160 people that were sitting here watching when I was covering are so enthralled with the guy. I mean, he's so cute and everything. You see that nose? I mean, he had a nose that went on for days. I mean, hell, if it was snowing, you could ski on the... Hey, man, I was doing as good as Zozo right there. Yeah, I mean, that was pretty good. Come on. Okay, well, up there it sounded like you thought I was talking to you. God, he's so good looking. Oh my God, everybody. But how come none of you were dating him before this happened? Well, we didn't get to see a six-pack, man. It was like... Yeah, I don't want them hanging out here. But what I do hope, though, is that when we do these shows on a nightly basis, that you guys are supporting the channel, because we try to reach the goal so that we can continue to do the stuff that we do, at the end of each month, and it allows me to keep doing these shows. That's it. I mean, everybody knows that. But instead, it's like this really difficult struggle. Pissing his pants a whole lot more nowadays. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so you got the same crowd, or the ones that think, I guarantee you, the same people who think that Luigi Mangione is awesome are the same people that think Richard Allen is not guilty, and they think that Brian Kohberger is just being set up. It's all just one big charade that, Thanks, Sandy T. Could it be possible this girl's internet boyfriend convinced her to do this? Well, how do you know she has an internet boyfriend? She said she liked two people. Who those are, we don't know. Yeah, we've shown Natalie's face already. Here, I'll go get it again. Wait, what is all this crap? Oh, so it says a 6-page manifesto. So, man, maybe we're missing some pages. If anybody finds the full thing, let me know. I'm just trying to find that one picture of her. Hey, thanks so much, Frida657. Says murder is murder. Mangino is no different than Kohberger. Right. Now, I mean, there are nuances out there. Like I always said before, there's things like, let's say an insurance company, I mean, murder is murder no matter what, so I wouldn't give him a less punishment. But you would understand something if it was like, oh wow, his mom was denied coverage and then she died, and she shouldn't have been denied the coverage, and he was all just so heartbroken and angry, and he just out of pure grief goes out and does something nutty, right? That's not what happened here. And still, even in that case, you think he should be punished. But then, you got that case I have said before many, many times, the guy where, this man whose son was being coached by a karate instructor. The karate instructor kidnapped the kid, assaulted him, sexually out there. And then then they made the arrest of the karate instructor, and then on the way back to the airport, the father was laying in wait and just shot him in the head and killed him. Absolutely first-degree murder. But he was found, I think it was like, I don't know, they just gave him 5 years probation because everybody on the jury and everybody was like, we understand why you did what, like it totally made sense to them. So you see how there's kind of weird things like that out there. But that's not what happened in Mangione's case. And nothing like that. Wasn't anything close. Agree with you on that one. Yeah, that one's one of the weird ones, right? Because when I saw that, I'd think, man, wouldn't you do the same thing if that was your kid? Or at least think of doing it, Yeah. Oh, well. I don't know what her handles are on other sites. I'm doing a show, so I didn't have time. If you want to email me the handles, Columbo, I can look them up on this this site that I use when I have handles, and maybe we could see where those lead. That might be interesting. But if you don't, then we won't. Let's see. I was just looking for. There was a picture I had of her somewhere. You guys wanted to see what she looked like. I mean, I guess this is kind of like, you know, it looks like that. That's what she looks like right here. You know, but there's other ones too. Like if you go to the Facebook page of the dad, right here, and this is her. It looks like maybe shooting out here, right there. No, you can't see that. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, so somebody's saying 6 pages. And if you have some of the usernames, send me the email with the usernames in it. That you're talking about Colombo? I mean, where are people finding her online anyways? Hey, thanks, Bren Manak. Now this thing, this one right here. Does the Columbine guy have those shirts on? Is that what you're saying? I could you know buy the coffee, Mike. You can I can actually switch it over to different things like pizza and shit like that. But no, I'm just angry because I just get sick of it every day. You know, like I've gone way up in subs the last year and a half, but it just sucks when you say something that's real, and people just get so offended because they're just stupid people. Can't stand it. It's not like, well, that's your opinion. It's just no, it's true. It's like 1 + 1 = 2. If you support Luigi Mangione, you're a nut job yourself. That also equals 2. I mean, it's the same thing. It's I just got started doing the show, Jennifer. Why don't you go watch a different show, you idiot? I do investigating all the time, fool. I just didn't have time before the show started, okay, moron? So why don't you go watch a different channel, okay? And if you ever showed up to any of the other cases that we've done, we do it over here, okay? Go be a troll somewhere else. Nobody's interested. And yes, you're a woman, and I don't give a damn. I'm going to talk to you exactly like any other troll. Do you get it? We're all equal. I talk to everybody the same. What an idiot. Jesus. Yeah. All right. So I'm just going to have to put this on pause for a minute. And actually, that's not, obviously, it's not somebody that just got here. They intentionally just wanted to be a troll. Yeah, I just want to see some of these. Nearby Grant something lives in a nearby bathroom shortly before the shooting. Her 6-page manifesto titled War Against Humanity revealed a deeply troubled relationship with her parents, whom she described as scum, and expressed feelings like the wrong child in her family. She admired mass attackers such, so that means we're missing pages. Hey, thanks, Charlotte Denny and Allie Cake. Well, there you go. Charlotte Denny got us up into a reasonable realm for the day. And everybody else combined, we got up in there. Hey, Columbo, can you send me an email with those usernames that you were talking about, and I'll look them up somewhere else. Samantha Rupna. I gotta just go look at stuff. I didn't really have time before this. We gotta do shit with the dogs. Oh, you sent 2 more pages? Okay. How many pages did we say there were? There were 6, right? God, why don't people just put the whole damn thing out at once? You know what I mean? It's just... Let's see. I can hardly even read the... My name is Samantha Ragna. I was born on November 7th, 2009, exactly 2 years after Pekka's attack. Incredible. Am I right? Nobody knows I'm doing this. I got the weapon by lies and manipulation and my father's stupidity. So she lied and manipulated her father and got the weapon. I planned on shooting myself a while ago, but thought maybe it's better for evolution rather than just one stupid, boring, taking of your own life, which hopefully I will reach that point. I've planned this myself and nobody else. Man, I'm reading the smallest text, but I'm doing it. I act alone. Let's see. There would be no way to change what has happened. You can't and you never will know. You never you never cared too much to know anything about me. I'm glad you don't know. I wonder who that is. Probably a guy that she liked or something. I'm just trying to read this tiny text in here. And it's really little. I don't know. I can barely even see it. Let's see. Tear of shooter and right for wrong. 18-year-old Pekka Eric something or other. One true ideal of the so-called future. I can't believe I can actually read that. These glasses must be zooming in on something. The future plan of revenge from its own Inspiration and more something leading more. I don't know. I wish it was a little bit bigger. I can't read it. I don't want to. It hurts my eyes, but I can kind of see the words, but. Nah, doesn't really work. I know how to do the Control Plus, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it starts getting fuzzier. You can almost see it better when it's smaller. I was just going to look up her name and then look at a date range from a long time ago. Like how about, well, before this. So go back about, we can just do like 2023 to before today. Experience. Wow, there's actually another Samantha Rupnow. Man, what the hell is that? Hey, Columbo, I've asked you like 95 times now. You have these usernames. Can you send me the email? Thanks. Yeah, look, I'll give you my email right here. What do you mean their best friend's handle? How would you know what their best friend's handle is? Like, how would anybody even know that? Okay, you're putting them in chat. Okay, thanks. Let's see. What was the one up there? I'm using this one site. I gotta log in and stuff, so I don't want to show it. Posted this on Twitter. Okay, what's her Twitter handle? Then maybe we can find it. Okay, username. There we go. Let's see. What will it show up? Oh, wow. It's got a ton of... Jesus. You guys sure? I mean, that's one of the biggest little map things I've ever seen in my life. That's crazy. It's got... WordPress, Instagram, Pinterest. Minecraft. Now this looks like somebody, this is a different name. Different person. That's not the, I don't think that's her username right there. Got a whole different faces and different people. It's not her. And that last one, I'll try that. Oh, interesting. That one has a connection on Telegram. Wow, they use Telegram. Wait, so is that the right one? Created account on Twitter. So that last one, that severed head one, led to somebody named Chris Allen. And then there's like a Snapchat, Telegram, Snapchat, MySpace. MySpace is old. I don't know if those are the right people there. Where are you getting those names? Is there more up above, or? It does have Telegram on the last one you gave me. Yeah, I would think that. Learned her values at home. Gen Z, 1 year off from Alpha, which starts in 2010. Maybe the online boyfriend is an older creep. Could be. I gotta go check. I'm gonna check her dad's account again. Usually you're not on there until you're 18 though, but let's see if somehow she might be on there. I'm talking about the Ben verified. And then maybe we can actually just we might be able to do something by looking up using the dad's email, because maybe the kid would use that at a younger age. No, she's not in there. Her online best friend. How do we know any of that stuff, Columbo? That her online best friend supposedly wrote one of her manifestos. So is it coming from the person who said that they knew them or something? Because remember the officer at the press conference said that. I know it, boyfriend? Okay, I thought it was best friend. My BFF. You know when people say BFF? Okay, her boyfriend wrote it. Okay, what's the boyfriend's name? Is that that's the person? So if she has a boyfriend, is that one of the people she was referring to? Like, you know, where she said you didn't know that, you don't really know me or something like that? I wonder if that's one of the victims who was shot. But then why would the boyfriend write part of the manifesto if her boyfriend didn't know her, you know? And then why would she take her life if she had a boyfriend that cared about her? I don't know, man. None of this stuff makes a lot of sense, to be honest with you. Doesn't make any sense. Yeah. I guess she did kind of cut my bangs kind of high, didn't she? That last time. Oh yeah, what was I going to do? Okay, the emails from the dad. Man, he's got some weird email addresses, that's for sure. Right. I'm just putting the dad's email in there. I don't know, if I had her email, it'd probably be a pretty important thing. I don't have it. Yeah. No boyfriend was, what do you mean? You mean no comma boyfriend was supposedly online, or just no period boyfriend? Why did the cops say whether or not she was, he was, they were, whether or not the transgender is something that may come out later? Well, so what? But why would it matter? There's been no information that has stated at all that she was transgender at this point, and if it comes out later, it's irrelevant too, right? I mean, she didn't even mention that once at all. As a matter of fact, I don't think she is transgender. Just by her writings have nothing to do with that. Although we're missing some pages, maybe there's something in those. How do you know her boyfriend lived in Germany? Because somebody else said that? No, I've seen the dad. I've seen him. He's got red hair, long beard, kind of looks like a, I don't know, what do you call him? Survivalist type, you know. Maybe I'll try that. Well, actually, I'll download it and try to zoom in using a different program on those screenshots. Yeah, I guess if I zoom in there, I can see it on this one. All right. And then there's this one. So this is the first one. It said, "My name is Samantha Rupnow. I was born November 7th, 2009, exactly 2 years after Pekka's attack. Incredible, am I right? Nobody knows I'm doing this. I got the weapons by lies and manipulations of my father's stupidity, I planned on shooting myself a while ago, but thought maybe it's better for evolution rather than just one stupid, boring killing, which, you know, if they're taking their own life, which hopefully I'll reach that point. I've planned this myself and nobody else." See, isn't that weird how that sounds like Luigi Mangione? Just that little portion right there. "I acted alone." That's exactly what he put in his manifesto. That's pretty weird, isn't it? "There would have been no way to change what has happened. You can't and you never will know. You never cared too much to know anything about me. I'm glad you don't know." So who are you talking to? And so this is another page, I guess. "Terror of shooter and the right from wrong. 18-year-old Pekka Eric Avonen, November 7th, started at 11:40 of 2007, 2 years before my birthday. On my birthday, wow. One true ideal of the so-called future. The future plan of revenge from its own inspiration and more, leading more. True inspiration, a mind of thought passed on from others rather than rotting like everyone else, simply a guy who knew what he was doing and not ruining his life, and just rather making the world a better place instead. 18-year-old Arda Kuchachim, or whatever, also known as Skriwi. I kind of remember this guy. August 12th, 6/25, 2024, approximately 126 days apart from my own ending. An ultimate saint death, made or not willing to do what he did. An ultimate saint, death's made or not, still willing to do what he did. A being of true nature and being a word of the truth. I think this is the same writer. It was the first one. Someone I was inspired by. Maybe I didn't know him, but what stops me? What would have stopped him from doing what was right and now proven to be true form of being and of simple hope? What just idiotic writing, man. Just, like, it doesn't even make sense. Gray, I'm going to unsubscribe. You called her an idiot. I sure did. Oh, hold on. Hold on, I gotta see something. Oh, I gotta read this one really quick. Hey, here's the Hannah Kobayashi quick update here. This is 8:42 p.m. Eastern time, so just like 3 hours ago. The 30-year-old Hawaii woman who made headlines around the country after she disappeared into Mexico has now spoken out for the first time 5 days after the family announced she had been found. So here she is. She's speaking out. On Monday, December 16th, Lieutenant Doug Oldfield, a member of the LA Police Department's Missing Person Unit, confirmed to people that police received notification that Hannah Kobayashi crossed yesterday. Oldfield explained that Kobayashi's case is now closed, and she spoke with Customs and Border Protection and presented herself for entry into the U.S., adding that she appeared to be in good health and did not appear to be under any distress. In a statement provided to people by her aunt, Lori Pigeon, Hannah also confirmed she's back in the U.S. At daybreak on December 15th, I crossed the border back into the United States, the statement began. My focus now is my healing, my peace, and my creativity. What about your dad who killed himself? I'm deeply grateful to my family and everyone who has shown me kindness and compassion during this time. Who the hell would show you compassion? Kobayashi says she wasn't aware of the media coverage of her after she went missing. Yeah, I mean, I said that that's a possibility. I was unaware of everything that was happening in the media while I was away, and I'm still processing it all. I kindly ask for respect for myself, my family, and my loved ones. You mean like your dad who jumped off a building because of you? And I navigate through this challenging time. Thank you for your understanding. What a joke. Jeez, what just a horrendous person, you know? Completely waste of humanity. Jesus, I can't believe that. All right, well, I guess I'm going to have to dig around. I didn't even know who the shooter was before the show started, so. I mean, I had a feeling it was a female shooter with that name, but we didn't know if that was really her or not. So there really wasn't time to like dig around before the show started. Yeah, didn't even mention her father. What a joke. I'm not sure what that means, Sandy. Let's see. No apologies from her. What a piece of work. Yeah. Isn't that ridiculous? Nah, don't worry about it, Sandy. Doesn't help with anything. You can't get into it. Okay, what are we at now? Oh, cool. We lost another 3 more. Come on, everybody. Come on, everybody. Unsubscribe for the channel if you believe Luigi Mangione's a hero. Unsubscribe for the channel if you think Luigi Mangione's a hero. Unsubscribe for the channel if you think Luigi Mangione's a hero. Please unsubscribe from the channel if you think Luigi Mangione's is a hero. Hurry up. We're now at 151, 996. Please unsubscribe if you think Luigi Mangione's a hero. If you believe the earth is flat, please unsubscribe. The aunt was the one who said she was missing. Well, thank you for digging around and trying to figure this little girl out. Yeah, well, I mean, I have this program. If I could have her email address or any of her actual usernames, those weren't really, those usernames led to random, just a whole bunch of different people that had nothing to do with her. Okay, what's her X account? Just type it in. You know, at whatever, you know. What does that mean? Maberline. Nobody knows what that means. What is it? Sandy T? Okay. Why not just type it in? Hey, this is her Twitter account. That way we save a lot of time. Okay, so her username there is... Does it have like a little face like a... what are those guys called? Anima? Anime? Anima. An anime character head? Is that what you see, Sandy T? Okay. Alright, so what's cool is on that one it has like a username. So maybe if I go now to that website and do a search using that username, will it didn't recognize she's using they're using some weird text. So I guess that isn't gonna work. Maybe I put the @ symbol. No. Let me try @Petrograd. That's also not in there. Oh, there it is. Petrograd. Let's see what it comes up with. Yeah, that's right. He's the new Che Guevara. They're going to start making that little sort of red and blue image that they come up with. Yeah, well, actually, there's a YouTube account. So Petrograd has Twitch. There's like a Reddit. There is a YouTube. I don't know if that's the same. Yeah, there's somebody with that same name on YouTube. It's just a dog. And all it did was somebody farted and the dog's looking at him. So stupid. I don't even know if that's the right person. Then there's a Reddit account. These are, well, the thing is like 2018, would she really make something at the age of 9 on Reddit or YouTube or something? I don't know. There's a Roblox account. Fortnite. Doesn't really look like a picture of her here. Might not be. Oh yeah, well there he goes. It does have the Twitter. So how do you know that's her Twitter, Sandy T? How can you be sure that that's her Twitter? Because if this does have her, and it says right here, that one Twitter account is on here. Do you know, Sandy T? What does that mean? Oh wait, that can't be her. That's just another Twitter person. Because they post a picture. Was that minion pic actually her? I mean, this is just another YouTube. Look at That Nitro person typed in Petrograd just posted a picture of this person and said, "Was that minion picture actually her? Do you have the unedited?" Yes, this is it. Oh, are you saying that she has the found an extract from the Manifesto. Women are the only hope for this wretched world, but even women have been brainwashed by moids for too long. They've internalized the... See, this doesn't sound like the way she writes. Patriarchy and turn on to each other, always begging for more male approval and validation. See, this doesn't sound like her writing at all. It's disgusting. I realize the truth. Men are irredeemable. Red Femme Hitler was in effing vindicated now. They can't be reformed or redeemed. You know, it sounds like it's more organized writing than the other one. What do you guys think? Yeah, I don't think that's her on Twitter. What do you think? Good night, Jim Nething. Hey, look at Jim Nething again, man. He's old school. He was here back in, God, I don't know what year that was, 2017 or something. That is the same picture of her friend Kristalin had her ex account. Oh yeah? Well, you're a freak too, right, Jim Nething? Just haven't been around for a while. Does not sound like her. Yeah, it doesn't read like her. Hey, Sandy T, are you still out there? That's her right there. At least she did something? Oh, God. Maybe that is the... oh, jeez. What's going on in this page? So this might be the boyfriend. Is that what you're saying? Maybe this is the boyfriend here. This person's a racist here. Also. But are they Russian, this person? Jeez. I don't know what's going on here. You know, you guys were actually 5 short of reaching the basic goal. Tell you what, though, if you get 5 more, I'll do the 5 memberships, even though it's not at that level that we do the 5 memberships. All right. So if you're out there, you can help support the channel. That'll do it. Then I'll do the 5 memberships, and we'll have 17 new memberships. Yeah, sorry, I'm not sure if it's her, but maybe that's somebody else, Sandy T. Maybe it's like her, the boyfriend or something. Yeah, I know it's not her account because that's why they posted a picture of them. But maybe she was onto something there. Don't know. Well, hey, at least you found something, Sandy T. I think it'd be interesting. After the show's over, I'll just start looking around. So you think her Twitter is @postalbrained? Okay, let's try it. I'll try it. Here we go. And then I'll check out somewhere else. Looks like a guy though, that picture. Or is that like one of the other shooters? Like using it as a... No takers out there, you guys? 5 more and we get the 5 memberships. How did that get down there? What the hell happened there? What? Was that like a gun? What the hell happened? Oh, he must have accidentally shot himself. Don't know what the hell that is, but... Well, what's that? It's Google Docs. Oh, you gotta get permission. That might be where the... Maybe this is the friend or something. Did you guys hear what I said? If you guys get it, we need 5 more to get to the goal where I'll do the 5 memberships. Alright. I'm going to take this account, this name here. I'm going to try to find it over here on this other site. See if it shows up. Yeah, I wonder if that's where the manifesto is, in that private. There, somebody did it, for God's sakes. I mean, my God, it's just so, it's like pulling teeth these days. Alright, thanks. I'm looking up that name, Postal Brained, on this other site. And there we go. There's 5. Thank you. Alright, so on here it says Instagram, Tumblr, Pinterest, Roblox, Telegram, Kick. Oh, this might actually have some other usernames. Let me see. And these all these accounts are... Well, there's a YouTube account, too. But it doesn't... That Pinterest image doesn't... Well, like a lot of these other things do look like it. See right there? Those look like the same images we were just looking at. Tumblr... YouTube, okay. Okay, this could be the YouTube channel, so I'm going to go try to get there. Picture setting. Advanced setting. Oh, there it is. What's the old channel URL on YouTube? Used to be like... Because now when you click on everybody's channel, it has like @ something. But it used to be...
At Amica Insurance.
It used to be different where it was... Let me see if you do / channel. Yeah, there it is. And / Put her channel in there. Alright, well apparently that's the channel, Ego Death. Right there, these 2 videos. That one says kill list, that one says murder on it. See that? So apparently that's the YouTube channel. So maybe I'm the first one. See, look at @PostalBrained. I don't know if I'm the first one to find that, but hey, maybe that's out there, right? So you got these two videos on here. So what I'll do is I'll store that off to the side, and maybe I'll download those videos, and then I'll take a look at them. I've read 2 of the pages. I don't have the full 6-page manifesto. Do you have it, Mallory Beavers? If you have it already, I'll read it. My email is right here. Hold on. We read like 4 of the pages. But I'd like to have the full thing together. So there's my email right there. Okay, well, hopefully they're clear screenshots. But yeah, if you got the full, like it's not hard to read and that kind of thing, that'd be cool. All right, then they have a Roblox account, PostalBrained. It's like a brown-haired girl, cartoon-looking face. The Pinterest image doesn't look like her at all. Or it could be her, it's just blonde hair, but like younger face, I guess. And then she's on Telegram, which is interesting. Kick. And she has a Gmail account, but doesn't say what it is, unfortunately. PostalBrained. Twitter. I mean, I guess, how do we know this is her account? "15-year-old Natalie Rupnow, an abundant life Christian. Apparently, Rupnow is associated with X account, formerly Twitter, @PostalBrain, where a private manifesto link was posted." Right. But you had to sign in. Postal. And that's it right there. Request access or switch to an account with access. No. Man. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, let's see. It's weird. This face that face doesn't look like her face. I don't know if you can. I don't want to put it on the screen because it doesn't look like her. But she does have Tumblr, Instagram. Following email hints do not have an exact or precise length. Oh, you gifted the which one? Just now? You gifted more memberships just now? I didn't see any in there. Oh, you mean earlier in the evening? Yeah, I read them all. I said thank you, and I read them all. Well, there was a Tina G, and then there was Herbert Landscaping. I didn't see you gift the batch. No, wait. You're just saying Gray Hughes gifted the last batch? Who's I? Man, you guys confuse the hell out of me, man. Yeah. No, so that's just a song. Probably just songs. Let me check my email. Twitter. I don't care what anyone else says. She didn't deserve it. That's the Chris Stalin. Or Chris, I don't know. Yeah. Chris Talon. Alright, where's the email with the, oh, is that it? Manifesto, okay. Alright, we'll read this whole thing. I'm gonna down. PNG. PNG. By the way, this right here is basically how it is for me just during the day when I'm not doing a show. Okay, got cut off over here. Alright, we'll just try this, I guess. Thank you, Mallory. The creation of a disaster, and why is it so unfair? War against humanity. Hatred, something everyone has gotten. We've already done this part, but let's do it again. Gotten in a sense. Some people think it's pure nothing, but because of the hate they make, it ends up killing them, because without knowing it, which go right ahead, I don't mind, but you know, I'm gonna do something different. So you're gonna have to wait a minute. Alright. So what do I have to do here? Get over to this screen. Here, you guys can look at the dogs for a second. Or buy me a coffee or something. Nope, looks like they're not in there currently. But anyways, I gotta look something up. So this is gonna be you'll just have to wait a second. Oh, there's one of them. Wow, look at Gracie. Looks all... Oh, that light made her look like there was blood on her. That guy's awesome. That guy's such a great dog. Alright. Decipher. Type. Written. Document. Alright, here we go. Do one at a time. Maybe we'll have Snoop Dogg try to read it. Well, unfortunately, there's missing words.
This document appears to be a typewritten manifesto titled War Against Humanity, where the author discusses themes of hatred, isolation, distrust, and alienation from society, their family, and the world in general. Key points include Hatred of humanity. The author expresses disdain for society, describing it as filth, and blaming people for creating disasters. Feelings of neglect. They claim others have teased and cornered them, leaving them with no support or hope. Distrust toward family and society. The writer highlights deep distrust toward their family and other people, with only 2 individuals mentioned as partially trusted. Personal transformation. They assert they have changed and will never return to their previous state of being. Violent thoughts. The author justifies or dismisses the consequences of extreme actions like shootings and hints at approval of public executions. Alienation. The author feels like a freak and refuses to conform to societal norms or expectations. Acceptance of death. Death is portrayed as something to accept rather than avoid. The tone of the document is angry, detached, and confrontational, and it reflects severe emotional and psychological distress. If you need further analysis or insights, let me know.
Look at that. ChatGPT just absolutely diagnosed that whole thing. That was pretty amazing. What's it going to say on page 2? Isn't that crazy? That was a pretty good breakdown there, wasn't it?
The continuation of this document reveals further violent rhetoric, hatred, and alienation. Here are key observations. Desire for revolution. The author speaks of a revolution that aims to correct perceived wrongs in society, but admits uncertainty about achieving it. Dehumanizing language. Groups of people are referred to derogatorily as scum, sick, and whores, with explicit racial slurs and calls for executions, reflecting extreme prejudice. Mutual hatred. The author perceives a cycle of mutual hatred between themselves and the world, believing it is unchangeable. Isolation and despair. Repeated references to preferring death over interacting with society or conforming. They express feelings of being fundamentally different from others. Real revolution. The author concludes by claiming to represent a real revolution, positioning themselves as part of a broader struggle against societal norms. The tone remains deeply antagonistic, alienated, and indicative of significant psychological distress. It combines themes of hopelessness, anger, and a fixation on violent ideation. If you need help analyzing this further or understanding its implications, let me know.
This is just breaking down each page.
In this final segment titled My Introduction of Myself, the author introduces themselves as Samantha Rupnow and provides personal details. Key elements include identity. The author reveals their full name and date of birth, November 7, 2009. They reference an event, Becca's attack, as a temporal milestone. Acquisition of weapons. They describe obtaining weapons through lies, manipulation, and their father's stupidity. Suicidal ideation. The author mentions previous plans to end their life via suicide, but decided to act differently, believing their actions contribute to evolution. Isolation. They emphasize that they act alone and have meticulously planned this event without external involvement. Bitterness toward others. The author accuses others of not caring about them, expressing satisfaction that no one truly understands who they are or what they are about to do. The text reflects a combination of self-hatred, isolation, resentment, and an apparent desire for destructive action, coupled with a sense of finality. It continues the themes of alienation and anger from earlier sections. Let me know how you'd like to proceed with this. Here's the exact transcription of the document. My introduction of myself. My name is Samantha Rupnow. I was born on November 7, 2000.
See what this next one says. It was pretty amazing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? So, because it did it well. You could tell that's exactly...
9, exactly 2 years after Becca's attack. Incredible, am I right? Nobody knows I'm doing this. I got the weapons by lies and My introduction of myself. My name is Samantha Rupnow. I was born on November 7, 2009, exactly 2 years after Becca's attack. Incredible, am I right? Nobody knows I'm doing this. I got the weapons by lies and manipulation, and my father's stupidity. I planned on shooting myself a while ago, but thought maybe it's better for evolution rather than just one stupid, boring suicide, which hopefully it'll reach that point.
Yeah, let me try to download these again. Man, I think this might be the slowest super chat night I've ever seen. And that's just like hours and hours go by. It's amazing. Alright, let's see if I can get this. What do we call it? Summarize document. Summarize 5 pages.
Sure. Upload the document containing the 5 pages, and I'll summarize it for you.
Can I put all 5 in at the same time? Alright, let's see what it does.
Here's a summary of the 5 pages. Page 1. The writer expresses frustration about being teased, pushed around, and isolated, describing how quietness made them a target. They reflect on the inevitability of death, the lasting nature of hate, and the lack of care from others. They express disillusionment with society, emphasizing a need for revolution and stating that they feel ignored by peers. A concluding thought equates boredom with a societal disease, likening life to a cycle of purposelessness. Page 2. The writer introduces themselves as Samantha Ruppnow and shares their birth date. They describe obtaining weapons through manipulation and express thoughts of suicide, but opt to act alone, believing their actions will drive evolution. They emphasize feeling unnoticed, unloved, and glad others don't care to know them. Highlighting deep isolation. Page 3. The writer discusses their disdain for humanity, blaming society for its flaws and scum population. They express anger and hatred towards others, particularly those they perceive as hypocritical or worthless. Despite societal hate being mutual, the writer views themselves as part of a real revolution, rejecting societal norms. They indicate preference for death over a life of isolation, reflecting a mindset of resentment and alienation. Page 4. The writer frames their feelings as part of a war against humanity. They recount growing up in a toxic environment, surrounded by neglect, substance abuse, and lack of support. They blame society for their hatred, describing humanity as filth and recalling being bullied, cornered, and ignored. The writer expresses contempt for society's values and romanticized norms, suggesting public executions as a solution to societal issues. Page 5. The writer reflects on their childhood as quiet, misunderstood, and alienated from family, peers, and therapists. They detail family dysfunction, including divorce, neglect, and lack of emotional support. Feelings of entrapment, loneliness, and deep hatred for humanity dominate, as they recount moments of begging for help only to be ignored. The writer concludes that they were the wrong child in their family, left to cope with their struggles alone, reinforcing feelings of rejection and despair. Overall summary. The writer expresses deep resentment toward society, family, and humanity, reflecting a lifetime of neglect, bullying, and alienation. They reject societal norms and express hatred, viewing themselves as part of a revolution against a corrupt world. Themes of loneliness, trauma, and hopelessness are central, with frequent references to death and societal collapse as outcomes of their pain.
Isn't that amazing? That's what AI does for you, man. That's like absolutely exactly what was being said. Pretty amazing. No, I didn't read the 6 pages. We read part of it earlier. 4 of the pages. All right, you guys, I'm gonna get out of here. So thank you all for being here. If you could hit that subscribe button, hit the like button on the way out the door, that'd be great. Appreciate it. Thanks to Amber Maiden. What do we got here? Thank you, Grace. Sorry for my screenshots. Ah, they were good. P.S. There's one more page in a separate email. Would only let me attach. Oh, really? Oh. Now let me get that one. Oh, that picture, that long one. I think we did that one. That's the one that had the pictures of people on it. Thank you. Anyway. Thanks Amber Maiden, Wendy Woobles, Herbert Landscaping. Had a good start there. Then he gifted 5 memberships. Then CR, then Alley Cake, Michelle H, Sandy SST, Tim Bray, Richard Watts, Raw Time Now, Tina G, Herbert Landscaping, Cheryl Bullock, Vicky White, then Jamie S, Vegas Andrews, Sandy T, Alley Cake, Wendy Woobles, K Me, Dirt in My Eye, then Charlotte Denny, Dad and Video Games, Herbert Landscaping again, thank you very much, Amber Maiden, William Dayton, Kimberly Galbadon, Sandy T, Kathy Friedmaker, Lulu Valentine, Sandy T, Frida 657, then we have Lulu Valentine, a new member, Bren Mannock, Alley Cake, and then Charlotte Denny with the cat eye. Without that, we'd be at 66%. Then we have Sandy Shirley, then I gifted 5 memberships, and then Mallory Beavers. Then we also had, let's see, Miss Angels with a PayPal, then Sandy S, I think it's Sandy Shirley, I think, and then Joel and Michelle on the Buy Me a Coffee. Then we had Jennifer on Venmo, and I think that was it. Alright, let me just read this. I just got this sent to me. It says, I have made contact with the alleged boyfriend of the Wisconsin shooter. He has very graciously provided me the full manifesto, which I verified by having him screen record himself, opening it from a direct link the shooter sent to him via WhatsApp. I told him I would do my best to dispel some of the misinformation and present things as truthfully as I was given them, and I will hold myself to that. Her boyfriend knew her as Samantha Rupnow. She also went by a different name, one which was also feminine. Not sure why you have to put that in there, but adopted the name Samantha, and that was her name her boyfriend says she had on her school identification card. I think, wasn't it, what was the other name? Amanda or something like that? She was a student at Abundant Life, something like that. She was born on at the same school. She was born on November 7th, 2009. That's kind of weird. See, 2009 to me, when somebody says 2009, yeah, that was Natalie. When somebody says 2009, it seems like it was yesterday. But, you know, you'd be 15 years old if you were born on. She was born female and was not transgender. Her boyfriend was born male and is not transgender. Okay. Her manifesto was titled War Against Humanity. Her manifesto is 6 pages long. In her manifesto, she spoke about having an extremely difficult relationship with her parents, who she referred to as scum. She also claims her family didn't love her or want her and express feelings like the wrong child of her family. Guess I could just put it on over here. She says she had planned to take her own life a long time ago, but felt committing a shooting was better for evolution rather than just stupid, boring, yeah. I mean, that's sort of the same thing as, I don't know, it's not the same thing as that, but there's something similar to that. It just felt like, I mean, what's weird is when I was reading it originally, I was thinking, that sounds like somebody that would just take their own life, but then went and said, well, hell, why don't I just do this? That's what I was thinking in my head. You know, make a difference at the same time, but it doesn't make a difference. It didn't do anything. It just killed people. That's it. She expressed deep admiration for Pekka, Aaron, Avanin, Arda, Kuchatim, and Vladislav Razalikov. She offered particular praise for Kuchatim, who was a Turkish neo-Nazi who committed a mass attack in Eskişehir earlier this year, and stated he was an inspiration to her. She calls him an ultimate saint. She expressed that she got the weapons to commit the attack through lies, manipulation, and my father's stupidity. More to come shortly, or I'll make some screen. Why not just post the manifesto? You know, like, I guess, does this it right here? Is it all there, or just... Okay, so these are all the pages, right? That's 1, 2... That's just those first two that we already had. Then there's that one. That's 3. That would be a 4th page. And is this 5 and 6 right here then? I've been trapped and forced into my corner. I hate this corner that I'm stuck in. Oh, I think they were just psycho. Bama girl. I hate this corner that I'm stuck in. I hate humanity for forcing me into this little hole. I once had this time when I was young. You made me dig for so long, and now I can't leave it. But only look at your smiles laughing at me. I honestly don't remember how old I was. I know I was young, but yet I remember everything that still happened because it happened every once in a while. Whatever. I'll just save this post or something. Let's see. Let me just go to this person. And I'll just save that. Okay. Alright. Anyways, thanks everybody for being here. Appreciate it. Yeah. You can see why she didn't have any friends. Yeah, exactly. Alright. Well, we'll see you guys tomorrow, alright? And we'll see what we can dig up throughout the evening, because we didn't really even know what the name of the person was when the show started. So when you get these trolls that say, do some research, you bastard. Well, when? I was doing the show, and, you know, we didn't know who the person's... you know, we thought that's who it was, but weren't sure, you know. But then that press conference, it actually said what the name was. But anyways, thanks everybody. We'll see you guys later. And as I always say, until next time, be safe out there. And thanks for everybody who bought the memberships for people. Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person that is a crime dissector, flag rejector. I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher if you try and play me like an old projector. Crime sector is my nectar. Professor Gragel's gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a protector. Fool deflector, interceptor, and I'll meet a little specter with a vector on his pector. With all respect, y'all, just remember I've a temple fucking check ya. I have no agenda, I'm no pretender, and I'll serve it to you straight without the render. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender. Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. Alright, everybody? Alright, everybody. Thank you very much for supporting the channel and being here and hitting that like button. And yes, if you believe that Luigi Mangione is a great guy and a hero, then get the hell out of here. You're not welcome. Thank you very much. And until next time, be safe out there.